morning. I don't even know. I don't have words. This episode, man. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for iZombie Season 3, Episode 7, Dirt Nap Time. I'm your host, Dom. With me, we have Nikki and Kim. How's it going?
Good.
Woohoo.
Yeah?
I have no control over my chair right now.
No? That's fantastic. So, I mean, I don't even know where to start with this episode. What did you guys think of it?
I wasn't a fan of the brain.
No?
I was okay. The brain would have been okay, but I wasn't a fan of Liv on the brain.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt this brain was a little, I don't know.
I mean, I enjoyed the interaction with Clive and with Liv when, he's be like, just stop it, or, he played with it really well. And then, she was going to get the one part that really, really resonated with, like, the dynamic between Clive and Liv now knowing that she is a zombie and that she's on brains and it changes her personality is when she's like explaining to him all the stars and stickers he would get for the things that he did good.
That was cute, yeah.
And then she's like, here's a gold star for you. He's like, oh yeah, and he just stuck it in his book. I was like, that was great.
Now, did you guys ever have a musical teacher? In any of your schools?
You mean preschool where they sang
songs? Not even preschool. I had a teacher in elementary school. It was third grade, I think it was.
See, the way my school worked cause I don't even know if it's just because it was a small town, but like I actually had like 3 or 4 like school teachers up to about middle school per grade. And yeah, we had a music teacher, we had an art teacher, we had a science math teacher, we had a social English teacher. Like we had a good mix. So yeah, I did have a music teacher, but not like this where the teacher was singing and teaching at the same time.
The way we had it was for my elementary school, there were 3 teachers, but students only had 1 of them. So you had 3 different classes basically. You were all taught pretty much the same stuff. You just were taught by a different teacher. And one of the teachers was a very musically inclined teacher that did a lot of his lessons with music.
Okay.
So that's more of what I meant by that, but no.
No, I didn't. That didn't work out that way for me when I went to school. So
Kim, no?
I mean, my 5th grade teacher did a lot of stuff with all kinds of things, but I wouldn't call her. No. We did a lot of like cool little crazy projects. We were outside all the time.
But. Yeah. So I know this episode resonated with me a bit because of that, and it was like a town kind of like a musical performer that would go and it wasn't just class. He would go and perform at like the town fair, and things like that, and have at the big fair outside, like the concerts and stuff, he would do all that kind of stuff. So this episode really resonated with me on that level. So we had he was a preschool teacher here, Jamie Brenman, which apparently we weren't told enough. He was a really good listener.
Mm-hmm.
I think they needed to emphasize that a little bit more.
Yeah, just a tad.
Didn't quite catch on to it.
I think they should have just put good listener on instead of his name on the file. Just put good listener, and they would have known exactly who they were talking about.
Mm-hmm. So it starts off at the school. Yeah, he's a big womanizer. Starts up at the school, and we get a bunch of ballerina panties. A bunch of them, yes. No, we had a bunch of mothers, and one comes in with ballerina panties. And it's just like, what the hell is going on? Was that his wife
Mommy.
At the time that came in with the panties?
It was his girlfriend.
The first, he was talking to the blonde who was Macy. And then the girl, brunette, comes in. Her name was Piper. She was the one that said that Jamie was her actual boyfriend because she's a single mom. And then there's the other one that was in the room with him helping out with the kids. She's married to a fisherman, Eleanor, yes. So it was Eleanor's panties because even her kid was like, "Look, Mom, those are your panties." So we know that he's getting around
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah.
But it was at that one point, it was like, we're confirming that she is sleeping with him for sure. But, Piper was sure it was Macy. And then it's just a crazy, like, I don't even, it's
Love
not a triangle.
octagon?
It's, yeah. Because I even thought for a moment, just the way that, like the older lady, that I think she's like the school director or whatever for that school, I even thought she was involved for a second.
Yeah. It's more like a love dodecahedron. Like, I don't know.
There's probably more than just those 3 women.
That's what I mean.
But
That's what I mean.
yeah.
There's
The whole
12
class.
sides at least, minimum.
Well, I think they
All
made a joke. I think she did. She said like that he was sleeping with all the mothers.
Yeah.
Like every year, there's like a bunch of mothers that he sleeps with.
Yeah.
So,
Well.
He is the Dean Winchester of school teachers.
I mean, for women like that, especially if they're in like a really taxing marriage, which it seemed like, I mean, Eleanor had her distance problem and Macy just didn't have a connection with her husband. So like when there's women like that, they're searching for that alternative, and a man that is good with kids and listens to you is very, very alluring. So, I mean, for them, I saw what was happening immediately.
Yep.
It's kind of one of those tropes.
And then he got nailed again, just not in the good way. He got nailed in the head. Over and over and over again.
that was some serious anger.
Yeah.
Like,
Did Liv say it was like 14 nails?
it was 13 or 14, something like that. Yeah, because he said it had to be 14 because Robbie said the joke he makes is because they're trying to like, hey, if you try to figure out like the angle, and he's all like, yeah, if you can remember, if you see which one it is, and they make the number like, yeah, the other 13, you figure, yeah, so there's 14.
Yeah.
Yep. So the whole episode, they're going and trying to figure out, questioning all these people and who it could possibly be, and we find out that Macy's supposedly been sleeping with Jamie for months, that she has an open relationship, and then you find out that Eleanor was at home a lot alone. Her husband is on fishing trips.
Yeah.
All the time, constantly, was never around. And then, like you mentioned, we had Piper, who's the single mom, who, they all thought that they were his girlfriend, like, he's not telling them all, that he's seeing all of them. Like, he's keeping this all to himself.
Is it just me, or during the Macy's husband, during the interrogation, when he said they had an open relationship, he was making googly eyes at Liv?
Oh,
It seemed that way.
it
Okay, I
seem
got
that
it was
way.
the only one.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It seems like I mean, we figure out later in the episode that he's lying, but like he pulled that off well. Like there was not he blinked his eyes in Liv's direction, but he didn't blink as in he was lying. It felt genuine. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I literally thought they were like, he was serious.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
okay, so you have an open relationship. Okay, whatever.
Yep. So I don't know, Brian mentions in chat, he goes, I thought the sock puppets, or the puppets, were hilarious. The sock puppets, too much for me. Just
It was
too much for me.
Who were they talking to? Was it it was the fisherman husband when he was crying, and then all of a sudden the sock puppet starts coming up under the table, and Clive just like, no. Like, don't.
I seriously thought, okay, so that crying, I'm like, that's so fake. He's not seriously crying. I thought it was just super fake.
I mean,
I'm like, he did it.
I thought that too, but looking back at it, like, he doesn't look like a guy that would usually cry about something. So I don't even know if he knows how to cry properly. Oh, get out of here. Fucking.
So, what?
That's not.
Yeah. No, that's, like I said, it's too much for me. Too much for me. But I mean, like, the only clue we really had to go off here was the partial license plate number, which was on the refrigerator. Why was that on the refrigerator? Like, did we ever, like, get an answer to why it was put up there?
Oh, because of the night that Macy and Jamie were on a date, the Civic was, tailing them, and Jamie happened to catch that bit of the license plate and he put it on his fridge.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I must have missed that part. But yeah, so it was STD 36, which
I wasn't thinking of a plate at that point. I was is there an STD out there just named 36? Like, does he have this?
Robbie made that joke.
Yeah. I was right there with Robbie. Is like, does Jamie have this, or did he get it and pass it on to one of his lovers?
I think one of them got an STD and then they killed him for it.
That's what I was thinking, and I was like, instantly, my initial reaction was, let me pick up my phone and Google what the 36th found, like, STD was, like, what number 36 was, and then I was like, I don't want that in my search history. so I didn't search.
You know you can erase your search history.
Still, it's the principle of it. So, but we end up finding out that Macy and her husband Coleman were actually not in an open relationship. And
Coleman Baker is the private investigator.
Oh, I thought he was the husband. What was the husband's name?
I don't know. To me, I really didn't pay attention to his name because I don't know. Especially near the end, or in the beginning, it didn't seem like he played a huge part, so I didn't really pay attention to that. No. But yeah, Coleman Baker is the private investigator, which I mean, if they name a character like that out of the blue, I feel like he's going to come back sometime.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but anyway, they find out that Macy was not in an open relationship, and it ended up being her husband that killed Jamie to try to cover it up, because he had the private investigator. He went down there. He was sitting outside. They had the construction site across the street. Took the nail gun, rang the doorbell, and just nailed him over and over and over again. But not in the good way.
Not in the good way. And Macy was there the whole time, and she saw it all. Apparently,
she was there sleeping with him at the time when he wiggled into the.
I mean, this goes back to Clive, I think, in season 1, saying it's always the significant other that has done the deed.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even just a thing that said in the show. That's like, number one suspect is always the significant other.
Oh, yeah.
Always. And if not, it's the ex, So.
Yep.
But, yeah, we had that. We had the Cure, they're sitting there. Major revealed that he did, in fact, give it to Natalie, which I was a little disappointed in. Even though you guys explained it, I was still in my mind thinking it was Justin. And I was really, really hoping it was him. Liv thinks Blaine stole it. Ravi thinks it's Donnie. Liv goes and confronts Blaine and decks him.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the eye.
And she zombified.
Yeah, she was crazy ass zombie lady, Liv.
Yeah. Ugh. Now, we haven't seen that in a while. And I think that's gonna to play in more with this the zombie truthers.
Yeah.
Because, we got the zombie truthers down at the end of the episode. With
Justin and Major.
Yeah. And they end up getting dashboard cam footage of Justin zombieing out.
And they also ran him over, so they witnessed him putting himself back together and getting up and then running at them. The dash cam only caught him when he was on the truck, right in the camera. So it was like that whole scene I knew was not good, especially when Major is the one approaching the car or the truck and they have a backseat full of freaking firearms. His face
was covered.
His face was covered, but he's not a zombie anymore. If he gets shot, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
That's what I was like, oh my god, why? That's why I thought, I was worried about it. I was like, oh my god, what the hell are you doing? And then... But here's my other thought.
As soon as Liv finds out that he's still working with them, you know, he's still working at Fillmore Graves, she's gonna flip out. Like,
I mean, even Justin said, like, isn't there, like, you know, an office job you can get or something? He's like, no, not when I was claimed to be a chaos, like a serial killer. There's no way I can get a job. But I was like, you could still probably work at Fillmore Graves, just not in the line of fire. Like, come on, dude. You're knowledgeable about, you were a zombie. You know what that entails. Even though you're a human right now, you could still. At the morgue.
Yeah, but then they would find out that there's a cure.
Yes, that's true. I forgot about that aspect. Good thing Ravi doesn't have it anymore, because if Fillmore Graves found out, actually, you know what?
Unless they did find out.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
It's not Donnie, and it's not
Blaine.
Not Blaine.
That leaves us with Fillmore Graves or Justin. And I'm still gut instinct going with Justin.
You think he would take the cure? You know, like all of them to stash them somewhere or sell them?
Yeah.
I mean,
he's the only one that overheard, right? The only people that know about it is the core group, Blaine, Donnie, and Justin.
Yeah.
Right?
Unless Robbie's old boss went for shit.
She could have. I hate her.
It's possible, but it was just that look on Justin's face when he heard, you know, them talking about a cure. And he just had this look on him that just struck me really weird. And if Major didn't give him the cure, which he didn't, like, that only leads me to one other, you know, solution.
There was a bit at the end of the episode where Blaine was, after he had gotten shot, he said to his shooter, he's just a big guy that works for his dad. He said, I have money and lots of it, and they stopped. So I'm like, you know, that leads me to believe that maybe he did get his hands on the cure and sell it or something. But I mean, he's always had he's very business savvy. So he's like his dad. He has ways of getting money other ways.
Yeah. I mean, Blaine, he's really upset this episode because, like, you know, he finds out that Donnie ran him out of business. You know, and then his father shoots him.
He's upset about Peyton breaking up with him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the main reason he was sad in the beginning, and then everything else just, like, fell in line. He's like, what do I do now? And then, well.
You've been shot.
Yeah, which I was like, I saw it coming. I'm like, please don't. And then it happened, and I was like, oh god, they're gonna cap him again.
I'm sitting here this whole time going, are they gonna turn Blaine back into a zombie? Is he gonna survive that way? And I'm like, can he even be a zombie? And you know,
yeah, that was running through my too. I'm like, once you take the cure, you never turn zombie again. But here was, then this other weird thing is, you take the cure, but technically you're not cured. Like it like makes it dormant.
Yeah.
So, like, if he gets shot and killed again, he just turns into a zombie again. So you're forever a zombie because it's still in your system.
It's possible. Yeah. It's possible, because that would be a great way to deal with Major gets shot, and Major's dying, and, you know, once again, Blaine knows, you know, this whole time that he can survive, but, you know.
I mean, the last time I talked, because I missed last week's iZombie, right? Yeah, so I know that, you know, Blaine was making the blue concoction that Robbie also... Yep. Yeah, the memory. Yeah. So that didn't come into play last episode, but, like, what if that also has something to do with maybe the futures of becoming or being cured of zombieism?
I I don't know if necessarily that. What I talked about, I don't remember if you were on the show when I talked about it. I think Blaine is enhancing the brain to give it like a gimmick to sell, like to his clients
That
and
would
stuff like
yeah,
that.
that would make sense because that's basically what they did with the Utopium. They mixed it with Max Rager to give it like a gimmick so that more people would buy it, which
Yeah.
didn't turn out too well, but
Yeah. So I think that was what was going on with that. Blaine was trying to do that. But I don't know. I don't know. But with what led to some series of interesting events with Major not being a zombie when they found the speakeasy, right?
oh yeah.
Because Justin knows he's cured. He said, yeah, he's going to keep the secret. But the whole gang, they go down to the speakeasy and, or the scratching post, whatever you want to call it. And we get to the ghost pepper challenge, before you could walk through the door. And I'm sitting there going, oh, I'm like, as soon as they're talking about, oh, yeah, well, I know about the zombie speakeasy, I'm sitting there going, what are they talking? Oh, scratch me. Oh, no, don't go there. Like, that's where that went before they even walked through the gate. Right? And then we do that, and I forgot about the ghost pepper test. I was thinking it was still stab the hand test. But, yeah, ghost pepper test still not going to be too good for...
I think Major has to purposely, enhance his tolerance for spicy things.
Yeah, we'll
just so he can pass it off a
Send
little
him to
bit.
Buffalo Wild Wings and give him some blazing sauce. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Can you guys eat ghost pepper?
No.
No, I've never tried.
Would you?
And I don't plan to either.
Would you?
Would I?
Yeah.
I mean, if someone paid me, maybe. And it's not some media, hey, here's $20, try ghost pepper. No, it's going to be like, give me $300 and I will taste test it a little bit on the tip of my tongue. You want me to eat ghost pepper? Maybe it's $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to mutilate myself unless I get paid for it.
Okay, then.
Everyone has a price.
I wouldn't exactly call that mutilation, but,
I mean, you're purposely choosing to harm yourself in some way. That's mutilation.
No. Mutilation to me is something you can't come back from.
If I thought you had ghost pepper and all my pain receptors in my mouth just ceased to work anymore, that is mutilation.
Like, if somebody mutilated their hand, like, their hand is never going to look like a hand again. Right? Eating a ghost pepper is not going to mutilate your mouth.
It might. No. You don't know how my mouth reacts to that shit. It could just like sizzle up and like look like I was a vampire just in my mouth, and it's all ashes and junk, like a stab with a wooden stake in my mouth.
Action of mutilating or being mutilated. Infliction of a serious damage on something.
Serious damage. If my mouth becomes like I can't taste anything, I can't feel anything anymore, that is major. That's severe.
Yeah, that's a temporary effect. But anyway, what did you guys think was going to happen when it was getting down? It's getting closer and closer to the wire, and it's like Major's about to, like, he's got no choice. Either suck it up or let the cat out of the bagel.
I almost thought that Justin was going to turn around and be like, dudes, he's not feeling too well. Maybe we should actually go get him something to eat or what, just like turn it around. And Justin was the one that was going to get him out. But that wasn't the case. Donnie to the rescue.
Yeah. Were you guys worried there, though?
Yeah, I was worried.
A little bit,
yeah.
I mean, he looked like he's like, I can do this. And then Donnie is just like, yeah, I'm here. Hey, he's good. We're good. Let's go.
But even the zombie recruits, they were still going, woo, clear the sinuses. Like, they still felt it,
Yeah, well, they like that feel, though. That's like the only feeling they can get. It's the only thing they can taste.
Yeah.
So.
But now, what's up with Justin and Liv? Huh?
It seems like there's something there. I don't know.
The note was so cute.
Yeah, it's not even just the brain, because I think he's a nice guy and everything, and Liv needs romance. Like, you could, like, she can't have it with Major right now at all, ever.
It's still such a really awkward situation to put
It
Major in.
is, but
he took it really well. Like
he
was
did.
Like...
I mean, he did say that was the last note he was going to pass between them, but he didn't. It was kind of like a joke, like ah ha ha. So he does seem to be okay with it because I think he accepts the fact that he can't go anywhere with Liv right now.
I don't know. Him and Liv just slept together. Like, I don't see that being like, yeah, it's okay. You can have my sloppy seconds, Justin.
That was more of a goodbye bonk because they weren't
bonk?
Sure. Yes.
A goodbye bonk.
I
don't know.
That's what that's called.
No, because
they weren't sure if his memory's going to stick around.
When he was talking about it and he realized his memory was still there, he made it sound like he was going to try to get back with Liv.
He made it seem like that, but I mean, at this, it's either, I mean, yeah, he was because the cure, it worked. So they were under the understanding that she was going to be human again. So, I don't know. I think Major's he's assessing all of the things that are happening right now and knowing that the cure is gone and there's no way for it to be replicated and they don't know who took it, that right now being distant from Liv is probably better than trying to get back with her, because who knows, maybe the cure won't surface for another 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So that gives us a lot of hopeful get back together time, but you know that Liv needs to satisfy her urges.
I guess. And I think the only thing left to talk about here is the Weckler case.
Yeah. With the dominatrix, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They ever hung on to a case like this before?
No, there's a lot more. Honestly, a lot more to this.
Not anything that wasn't major. Like, what was it? What was it last season with the missing heads and stuff like that, or? It went on a couple episodes, I think, but I think that had to do with Major, and
the chaos players and stuff. Yeah, I remember the plot line now. Yeah, because they found heads in, what was it, a senator's log house or something, a cabin or
something. Yeah, it was
a
something like
house?
that.
Yeah,
that went on for a few episodes, but this just seems so out of left field side plot to hold on to something this long.
Yeah.
And then we had Peyton getting involved.
Yeah.
Right? And she's all ready to take the case, and everything's going well. And then this new lawyer comes in, Harry Thorne, whispers something into Weckler's ear, and Weckler instantly drops his old lawyer, and says
takes the full charges.
Yeah. Drops the whole thing, takes the full charges, and then hangs himself.
Mm-hmm.
So what the hell is going on there?
Someone's hiding something.
Yeah, well, I know it obviously has to do with the new lawyer, and he was put into that situation by somebody in power. So we know that because of the dominatrix, there is a memory card out there with all of her patrons. And
so it's leading to me believe that she was killed for a specific reason now.
Somebody that has a lot of power and doesn't want to be found out definitely put this new lawyer into this position. And I think they possibly have the memory card.
And they wouldn't make a big deal out of it on the show unless it has something to do with zombies or something, maybe it has something to do with Fillmore Graves or anything. It just
yeah, they don't really go out of left field unless there's a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't maybe it is connected to Fillmore Graves, or maybe there's somebody that's supposed to be dead, not the people who escaped the Max Rager party, but somebody who was involved in Max Rager who's supposed to be dead. Maybe
maybe something to do with the zombie truthers.
Yes, maybe, because I think there was a couple of the clients were they zombies? No,
Yes.
they were just heads.
No, remember the
mayor.
the senator, the mayor, yeah, who is a zombie.
Yeah, they never had any contact though.
It was just like
demoralizing kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in rubber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, still, for him running in office, and he's already down 15 points, as he said, for that to come out would be like...
I don't think he did it, though.
He'd have to actually just go into hiding at that point, because...
I don't think he did it.
No, I don't think he did it, but I mean, somebody higher than him is really trying to cover their ass.
Yeah. Yep. You guys have anything else for this episode?
Peyton wants Liv to eat Weckler's brain. That's supercharged. Yeah. She's like, oh, Liv's gonna hate me for this. And yes, she is, because apparently Weckler was, mentally unstable as well as what he did. So it's like, And
he's the opposite end, because remember he was the submissive to the doll.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think she's gonna hold off a little bit on that, simply because I know the brain that she's eating next.
Yes,
is amazing. I'm so excited.
I didn't see the synopsis, or I didn't read the synopsis yet. I didn't see the preview for next week. Just going off the title, Eat a Knievel.
I got to see.
Just it's a play on of Evil Knievel, obviously.
Yes. So she's basically Jackass.
Yeah, that's exactly what I read too. That she's taking a part of being a jackass, like from the movie Jackass. If you've seen it, it's the ridiculous stuff that they do.
So
she's in. Okay, so like one part of the one of the stuff in the thing is they're in the the interrogation room, and she is gonna staple this guy's tongue to the desk.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is going to be great. It's going to be great coming off of this episode, because like I said, I wasn't a fan of her on this brain. So
yeah.
The next one is...
Liv shares the brain of a former daredevil with her new boyfriend, and the experience brings them closer. So it's not just Liv on this brain. It's Liv
Justin too.
And Justin.
Wow.
Blaine is back to his old ways. And meanwhile, Ravi makes progress in his new research. Finally, a discovery is made that could put Major in grave danger.
Yeah, so they find out
Fillmore
he's
grave
human.
Danger.
Yeah, grave danger, as in Fillmore Graves. Yep. That can be assumed.
Yep.
Yeah.
This looks great.
And
this is why I like this show. This is why I really, really like this show.
Yeah, because if you don't like one episode, just wait a week,
Mm-hmm. Well, I really liked this episode. There was just the one part of it that I was just not a fan of.
But yeah, this next episode looks like it's going to be amazing.
After, what was it, last episode or the episode before, it's just, I really want to see Liv as Liv. Like, I want to see her not on a brain, because I don't even know what Liv is anymore. Like, I don't
she
know
needs
her
to have
personality.
an episode where she just eats the brain mush.
Yeah.
Like maybe like on a she can't. There's no brains and she needs like a quick fix. And so Justin's like, here, have some brain mush.
I might have to go back and watch the
Justin
pilot.
all the time, it's definitely possible.
Yeah, I might have to go back and watch the pilot now, because I don't remember what Liv is like without being on a weird brain.
We didn't get a lot of Liv before she turned into a zombie, but
there was the one episode where she was on the obsessive compulsive person's brain, and she said, this is what I was like when I was going through med school. So that is the closest episode to her being Liv.
Yep. All right, so I think that about does it. Nikki, where can the people find you?
On the Twitter at LadyVenom24, LatyVenom24.
Kim, where can the people find you?
Also on Twitter at HUFFITY,
You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM. You can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTVpodcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Until next time, goodbye. Goodbye, bonks. No? Are we giving them goodbye, bonks?
No. No, goodbye, bonks, please.